Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot. Now, this is a general reading for whatever sign is in the title because it's a bulk introduction. There will be a timestamp down below in the description so that once you've seen the introduction once, you can fast forward ahead of it. And the reason I say that is because you want to watch more than one. This is for the full moon. So you want to watch your sun sign, naturally, the I am. You want to watch the rising sign, the I am becoming. But obviously, it's the full moon. You maybe want to watch your moon sign. There may be other areas of your chart you want to look at anyway. So, it's a general reading for the sign in the title down there. Now, this is the full moon in Pisces at 10 degrees Pisces. Now, a full moon is all about opposition. Moon opposed sun. So what I like to look at in these Gods at Play readings are what gods are supporting you and lifting you up, and what gods or what god forms the archons take as they are trying to suppress you and keep you limited and in fear and in need and in want and incomplete and all of that, you know, all of the most anti-new age and probably pro-consumerism stuff that you can think of. Now, these are God cards. By their very nature, these readings are dramatic. It is symbolic. And so much fun, but it is symbolic. What I would like to look at beforehand is the actual full moon itself. I mean, it's in Pisces. It's the big spiritual full moon, which interestingly, Neptune at 20 degrees Pisces, so 10 degrees away, so not really even a full conjunction. However, 20 degrees Pisces for Neptune is the natal Neptune of A8 of the Order of the Golden Dawn. So this is a great full moon for all the other symbolisms aside, and they echo this as well. This is a great full moon for spiritual development. I mean, this is a great season for spiritual development, but especially with this full moon, magical exploration. Magical exercises to get to know further layers of yourself. Now, I could wax lyrical about the astrology of it, but chances are I could get things wrong because I'm still learning my way around astrology and will be for another 5 or 6 years yet. And down in the description, there is a link to the Facebook page for this group where I have already posted oodles of relevant videos from the YouTube astrologers about this full moon, and I will keep posting them as I find them once I've watched them myself and absorbed them all. So yeah, come and join the Facebook page. It's well worth it. Obviously, being a YouTuber, I'd like you to like, share, subscribe and comment. But I want to look at the symbols of the moon. The other thing is, with this moon, it's, now if I remember this correctly, I think it's Uranus. Uranus is trying something. I'll be able to tell you. Uranus is trying something and sextile something else. Let's just bring that information up. Bear with me. Because this is, yeah, it is sextile the moon. Oh, of course it is. 10 degrees Taurus, and trine the sun. So there's a beautiful triangle of energy there between the two luminaries and Uranus. This is a time, people call this time in history the Great Awakening. I'm not entirely sold on that idea, to be quite honest. However, certainly this full moon offers a great revealing in your personal lives, in your love life, in the workplace, in the political landscape, in your spiritual self. And certainly that is why I mentioned about AU8, 20 degrees Pisces of Neptune. You can invite that revealing in, if that is what you wish to do. Now, make your own mind up on that one. Now, the degree reading from Inside Degrees, so Chandra symbols I think they're called, I'm taking Pisces 11 because 10 degrees, let me see, it's the full moon is at 10 degrees 11 minutes I think, so basically it's in the 11th degree. So Pisces 11, a high crumbling wall. It is part of a ruin and covered with ivy. Power is stored in the earth at primal quickening points. Often in these places, humanity erects monuments to its own folly. Eventually these things merge into the landscape and everything comments upon everything else, being held between the earth's wise presence and humanity's dim apprehension of what is really involved here. One side of the feeling, nature is so intuitive and psychically astute that you are harbouring advanced gifts that can serve the earth evolution in staggering ways. On that note, a couple of astrologers have been talking about us accessing our superpowers, however you want to define that. The peace dealer being one of them, but in the more restrained side, Ksenia Moore said much the same in her recent full moon thing, again posted on my Facebook page. Right. Another side of the feeling nature is contorted with reactions, judgments and condemnations of the collective trends of humanity and of the weakness of the human flesh. One more interjection, look at the news. These objections and rejections of the human scene rebound upon the self and poison the psychic faculties. It is only when you heal and forgive and renounce the minor key irritable voice, inside and out, that the flood tide of burgeoning awareness of what is arising in this earth with all its ripples can wipe away the false structures and foster the new birth, the tuned in and blessings focused outlook and in luck. Now the Omega symbol of this is 3 undines guarding a golden treasure at the bottom of a river. That river is the river of change. The undines are the water nymphs, or well, water spirits. Golden treasure to be unearthed in the flow of change. But going back to that Chandra symbol, it reminds me of a thing in the Course of Miracles. With all of the division and what either side of the fence you fall on, with everything that's going on in America, in Mauritius, in Poland, in so many places across the world. Whatever side of the fence that you fall on, when you are tempted to judge and condemn the others, it's A Course of Miracles would say it's okay, because everybody is playing the lesson, everybody is playing the role that they agreed to play before coming here. Everybody is learning the lessons that they, well, hopefully, or is being confronted with the lessons, let's put it that way, that they agreed to before they came here. So if you despair at the evil Trump voters or the lunatic libtards, whichever, then let that go. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're doing what's right for them. And it's only with that acceptance can the true revelation bubble up to the surface, I suppose. Can that golden treasure rise out of the river. So I think I've waffled enough hippie hoo-ha so far. So let me bring up the cards. Just before I bring the cards up, there's one thing that I neglected to mention, is that this whole full moon is occurring with the backdrop of Mars square Saturn. And that shows that wanting to drive forward energy, but having our limitations being pointed out to us. Now, a few minutes have passed since I filmed the last bit, and I've just spent a lot of time thinking about it. I firmly believe in all the hippie claptrap that I just came out with. But it's not okay to shoot people. It is okay to fight back against those things that you find abhorrent. It is okay to demonstrate. It is... So, whereas I'm saying, oh, achieve this Zen-like state of non-judgmentalism, at no point does that say stop fighting for a better world. It's just, I do believe what I said, but I find it hard to put it into the real world sometimes, because in the current climate it sounds facile. And it's something I've been struggling with the entire time of this channel. Because, as I have mentioned, I'm a political animal. I keep abreast of politics a lot, and I have opinions, and I can't help but have opinions. And under that Course of Miracles philosophy, me having opinions is okay, and other people having opinions is okay. But I have to draw the line at shooting people. But I think, I only hope that this Mars square Saturn works to the betterment of society, where that driving forward force on the side that I would find morally questionable is restrained, held back, thwarted, forced to reconsider, which is all what this Mars square Saturn, Mars retrograde square Saturn, then Mars square Saturn again, is supposed to be about. As I say, the astrologers can talk about it far better than me. Go and have a look on my Facebook page for the channel to see their videos. And don't forget, there is also an inbox where you can contact me directly if you are looking for a personal reading. And this time I really will bring the cards up, I promise. Okay, Libra, and welcome Libra Rising and Libra Moon if you've just joined us after the timestamp. Now, if you are Libra Rising, this is happening in your 6th house, the house of work, health and duty. And it's an interesting combination that we have here. The gods that are supporting you, because I'm starting with those this month. We have Garuda with travel, Atlas with responsibility and Athene with wisdom, Hathor with contentment, Ursula with prosperity, and Medusa with the feminine energy, the receptive energy. Which really gives me the impression that it's very Mars square Saturn. Hurry up and wait. Hathor is telling me to see the joy in where you are right now, but it's also speaking about a balance between drive and contentment. You don't do something that's good enough, do something that's right. Don't do something that's too much so that you forget to see where the happiness and the joy in the situation is. But Hathor is a god of fertility, among other things. In fact, both her and Yamaya here that is opposing her are goddesses of fertility. And we've got fertility and fruitfulness with the Oracle of Heaven and Hell here, with Mihael. So, definitely hurry up and wait. It looks like there is some responsibility that it is wise for you to take on that will be coming to you from loyalty, and that loyalty will be taking you to new places, whether whether that means by topic, by location, by field that you're working in. You know, it's taking you to new places. But be receptive to it taking you to new places. But incidentally, do not be deceived that you have to sacrifice something to do this thing. Do not take on a responsibility which means you have to give up something else. Take on the responsibility because that's what you want to do, because that feels it's the right thing, because you are loyal to somebody or something. You will take on that responsibility, but you don't have to give anything up to it for it. Now, the masks that the archons are wearing to repress you, we have Mithras with sacrifice, who I just dealt with. I've mentioned Yemaya. We have Animetia with integrity, or Animetia. I think it's Animetia. Pluton with the underworld, and Odysseus with the journey. And that's why both of these two have appeared in other readings so far this month. And that's why what I'm getting from Garuda is his loyalty. It's his loyalty that is taking him to shoulder the responsibility of Atlas, and his wisdom of going, yeah, this is the right thing to do, because if I don't do it, these things get left undone, which could mean they're just not done, or matters get worse, or whatever the wise reason is for you taking on this responsibility. And it's something that you can find joy in, and more to the point that you are going to find some form of fertility and abundance in. Ursula here is bringing prosperity, but the trap here, quite possibly, it's a responsibility that you are worried about whether you yourself are capable of taking it on board, and what you have to give up to do it. Animetia here with integrity talks about critical thoughts. And, you know, critical thoughts come from you. They're not coming from anybody else. I mean, they may be coming from somebody else, and then you take possession of them and dwell on them and mull them over and over and over and over. That way lies a trap. You are capable of so much more than what you think you are. And what I'm getting from Yemaya is also, I feel that there's some hope that is offered to you that will not come through. Which is another reason for you taking on this responsibility. It's almost as if, well, I don't need to do that because that will be sorted by whoever. A person, a body, a business, a state, whatever. Only it won't be, which will only give you more fuel to criticise yourself. This isn't a time for delving into the underworld and delving into the shadow side. It is a time for rolling up your sleeves and getting on with something, purely because you can see that it needs doing, and you are loyal to the person or ideal that it needs doing for. But you do not have to be giving something up to do this. That way, that is a lie. That is, well, I almost want to say a trick of the light. Although you question whether it be the light or not. You know inside what the correct thing to do regarding this responsibility is. We have Nithaya here with spiritual wisdom, as well as Miael. And so I'm feeling that you have to allow these opportunities to come to you for you to, like I say, roll your sleeves up, dive in, do whatever this responsibility. And this is an ongoing responsibility. This isn't to do it once and then it's over. It's more of a this is what I'm going to be doing for the foreseeable future, whether that is weeks, months or years. But it's a good thing. It's going to lead you places. It's certainly going to lead you places, but it's going to bring fertility, prosperity towards you. But you have to be receptive, as in, let the situation unfold and see what its demands are, and then see how you can fulfill those demands. Now, I'm not saying that you'll be able to fulfill all of them, but what I am saying is you'll be able to fulfill a lot more than what you think you can. So all in all, I think that's what I might call the reading. You are capable of so much more than you think. Let's have a look what the tarot say. As you see, I already shuffled these in the shuffle video. But I can't see much more in these cards at the moment, so that feels ready. Yes, that sacrifice. You do not... Ooh, all major arcana. So, yeah. All right, there's your first minor arcana. But all major arcana on the top. Everything that you are confronted with seems very, very big and important and unable to be contradicted, because it is the law of the land or the natural order, or and no, it's not. There's this responsibility doesn't have to be a new beginning, not if you don't actually want it to be. It does not have to be an abandoning of everything that's come before. But any hope that is offered to you, I think you are going to find that it's... Well, with the Judgment card, it's going to create a rebirth of some form or another. But this particular Judgment card, it's two dragons. One fishing or planting a glowing globe in a pool. Feels like whatever this hope is offered, transformation comes along with it. But remember, I'm making the statement that because it's on the top row, this hope is false. So this transformation will come from either you accepting this hope and then being let down, or going, nope, stuff it, I'm going to do it myself. Or we're going to do it ourselves, because it does feel more like there's a group here. Your actions are not just based on you. Your actions are based on you and other people around you. And I think in the process of this, there's going to be plenty of people trying to highlight what your faults are. You know, it's not just you that's criticising you at the moment. It's other folk as well. But the thing is, it doesn't matter, because your work's good. Your work is good, or you are doing good works, whichever way you want to look at it. And you are reliant upon only yourself, and which is giving you a very stable foundation here. But you mustn't allow basically your intuition to be drowned out by this chorus of, I don't know, avoid becoming the latest hashtag. Because this is all lies, all this this criticism that is either coming from within you or coming from outside of you. It does maybe highlight places where you need to do some work, but hey ho, who hasn't got those? But if you take on this responsibility, the future path forward for you will come a lot clearer. And I feel is taking on this responsibility, whatever it is is the path forward to your higher future, however that may transpire. If that makes sense, I hope that makes sense for you, Libra. There's nothing else particularly that I can see in these cards, so have a good full moon. You are capable of so much more than you know, definitely. And this responsibility will lead to good things. All right, see you in the monthlies. Cheers.